Well, I'm here with Angie Kersley. Angie, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Alex.
Now, we definitely have an air freshener with a difference. We've got a Mr. T air freshener. Angie, what is going on here?
For $3.50, you can get a Mr. T air freshener for your car. What more could you want if you're the ultimate Mr. T fan?
Well, this is true if you're really into Mr. T, but for me personally, when I look at air fresheners, I think pine needles, sea breeze, and I look at Mr. T and my first thought was, honestly, this can't smell too great.
Well, you never know. I'm hoping that it does actually have a nice fragrance to it, otherwise the buyer could be a little bit disappointed.
Maybe they wanted the authentic Mr. T smell.
Maybe they did.
Awesome, pick it up. Now, people do collect the strangest of things, a heart-shaped potato.
A heart-shaped potato fresh out of the ground. So, goes to show that collectors from around Australia do collect some pretty bizarre and unusual items.
Absolutely, and I'm wondering though, really, as a girl, like if my guy gave me a potato that was heart-shaped for Valentine's Day, I wouldn't exactly take that as a compliment.
I don't think I'd be too happy about that either, but this item did sell for $50, so who knows?
Goodness me, everything sells on eBay.
Everybody loves a good movie, and we're here with the props maker of Sydney, Gary Armstrong. What are props?
Props are an item that actors would need to handle. It's a general term which is also known as model maker, which is the same sort of thing in the film industry. Sometimes a vehicle can be referred to as a prop, so it's a very broad term.
How do you go about making them?
The props take a number of different techniques and skills. You have to be very versatile in using techniques like being a carpenter, an electrician, a sculptor. It takes a lot of different artisan skills to be able to do these sort of items. I was on a commercial where they required 50 professional photographer cameras, and they could not rent enough in Australia, so they got me to actually recreate them.
What films have you worked on?
The biggest one to date would be The Red Planet, starring Val Kilmer. My favourite show to date has been the Farscape series.
And what sort of props did you help to construct?
The Prowler cockpit, I helped to dress a number of instrument consoles, freezing tubes. The list is endless.
Do you get to keep any of the props?
Policy generally is at the end of a shoot, they throw the items out.
What's your most cherished piece?
That is a difficult question to answer because each time I'm making something, I get rather attached to it at the time. And sometimes I'm even reluctant to hand it over to the studio.
We're here with New South Wales train historian and railway models collector Neil of Sydney. Could you give us a brief overview of your collection?
Well, it follows the history of the New South Wales railways. It starts in 1855 when the railways commenced and goes through to the present day. We have models of every class of locomotives, and in some time there are variants of that, together with an appropriate train of either passenger cars or goods vehicles to go behind the relevant locomotive.
How many items are there in your collection, Neil?
Well, at the present moment I have some on display at the Powerhouse Museum where there are 130 items. Here I have approximately 600 for the New South Wales Government Railways.
What sort of fun has your collection brought you?
Well, there's two types of fun. One is to see the faces on the people once they see it. We try and achieve what's called the wow factor. And the other one is being able to share it with everybody, and that is the true enjoyment. It's one thing to own it, but it's an entirely different thing to be able to share the hobby with others. There's just one thing I'd like you to remember, please. I'm not mad, I'm loco.
Now, you've got an awesome collection here. What makes a great DVD?
Well, the DVDs I actually love are the ones which offer more than just the movie itself. The ones which actually have special features, deleted scenes, alternative endings, and, actor profiles.
Great. So what's your favourite DVD?
Oh, science fiction, of course. Movies like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, The Matrix. Allows me to escape to their world, which I really do wish was reality sometimes.
Now, with your extensive collection, it doesn't look like you go to the video store very much. Do you actually hire DVDs as well?
Yeah. I'd love to get everything, but my wife won't let me.
What does your collection give you, Alan?
Well, it gives me a sense of an escape, I guess, to go into a place that's not reality. So after a hard day's work, I can go home, put a DVD on, and venture into this world.
We're seeing that retailers are now bringing out 2 or 3 films on the one DVD. How do you feel about that?
Well, I find the problem with those is they don't actually have any special features, just the films themselves. But they're fine for the ones who actually just want to see the films.
With so many DVDs, it's almost like a video store in here.
Well, thanks, Phil. You can have them.
Before we go, a quick glimpse to next time when we visit a Joss Whedon convention. We chat with collectors and creators of such shows as Buffy, Serenity, Firefly and Angel. I also chat with Star Trek actor John Billingsley, who plays Dr. Phlox on Star Trek Enterprise.
So I've had some other inquiries about playing horrible serial killers, and also I'm not particularly drawn to that kind of material for aesthetic reasons. My own feeling, frankly, is that there's a bit of a glut on the American market right now of serial killer shows. In fact, if you watch American television, you'd think basically every third family consisted of serial killers. They get up in the morning and they get in the Volvo and they go, "See, honey, I'll kill a few people, I'll come home for dinner." In reality, it's only 1 in 7 American families. Did I enjoy working on Stargate? Yes, I love doing Stargate. That was a great experience because they totally let us improvise. So we got to make up a lot of our words, we got to really screw around, and those Star Trek shows, although they're a lot of fun, they do not encourage a lot of improvisation. In fact, they actually have a big thug who comes to the set and breaks your thumbs if you make up words.
Pop Collectibles will be back really soon for the new season, so make sure that you send your details and a digi-snap of your collection to Pop Collectibles, PO Box 4, Kenthurst, New South Wales 21556, or on the internet at popcollectibles@yahoo.com. We've really enjoyed your company this season, but don't forget, if it's pop culture, we want to see it on Pop Collectibles. Bye for now.